Hi, my name is Barrister Chioma Ebedike Ibukwe. I am a UK-trained fashion entrepreneur, mentor, and a vocational skill trainer. I am the founder of the School to Skill project. The School to Skill initiative is a one child, one youth, one skill, early skill development project for young persons within the age 7 to 25 years. Our goal is to learn, engage, produce, and sell. We are geared towards achieving some of the SDG goals: decent work and economic growth, no hunger, and zero poverty. Inspired by my mom in 2006, my mom and I started a small good news club where kids gathered in our living room to learn good morals and vocational skills. She got me to teach them crafts, bead making, how to make greeting cards, etc. I was born with inborn creative skills, and at the early age of 12, I was already making clothes from my mother's old wrappers. Hence, the strong desire and passion to train young people and my desire for early skill development among youths. I believe that early skill learning and eventually setting up a viable business are very strong grounds to curb unemployment and reduce hunger and poverty in our society and in Africa. I'll start by saying that unemployment, both of the educated and the uneducated manpower, has become one of the thorniest issues in Nigeria. Nigeria has one of the highest levels of youth unemployment in the world. The Federal Ministry of Labour and Productivity report of 2008
says that 60 to 65% of youth
are unemployed. These are mostly young adults that have graduated from universities and polytechnics or institutions of higher learning. From experience, the only way to achieve job creation and inclusive growth is by tapping into the many innovations of the private sector, particularly SMEs. In China today, about 50 million SMEs created about 500 million jobs between 1980 and 2012, leading to the Chinese economic miracle. For Nigeria to sustainably create jobs and forge inclusive growth, the solution is simple: early skill training, which will eventually lead to robust growth and skilling of SMEs. Policymakers need to commit themselves to the creation of a business environment that is conducive to facilitating SME growth and development in Nigeria. In fostering the emergence of new SMEs in Nigeria, especially among women and youths, we need to carefully think through the implementation plan, especially along the lines of SMEs. We cannot keep falling into the trap of supporting just the emergence of SMEs without building the foundation, as you cannot build something on nothing. The foundation of SME is proper skill training, and for us to get the best of it, we have to start early. Most secondary schools and tertiary institutions do not teach nor take skill learning serious. As a product of early school learning, thanks to my mom, who saw the vision early and passed it on to me. After graduation from law school, I found out that the white-collar jobs were not readily available. I'm a law graduate. Luckily for me, with a skill in hand, I started my SME immediately. Fashion was already in me, so it came easily. I think it is time for Nigerians, Africans, to take the bull by the horn. I'm calling on our leaders, organizations, philanthropists, to focus on how we can start, grow, and scale SMEs in our country to forge inclusive growth and create jobs. We particularly need extensive efforts in the creation of strategic policies, institutions, and efficient and effective investments that will grow the real SMEs in Nigeria if we want to solve this unemployment challenge we are facing. Many youths are littered on the streets, engaging in crime, militancy, and violence because of unemployment. We must educate our youths that the white-collar jobs are not the only way to earn a decent living. We must support SMEs as an intervention that we can continue to use to create jobs for our teeming youths. We must encourage them to identify their markets, develop a business model that can work in the environment that they are in, and continue to innovate. Over the years, I have, in my own little way, contributed towards curbing youth unemployment by initiating the School to Skill initiative. My long-term goals are such that will, if adapted, will bring a definite end to unemployment in Nigeria and in Africa. My humble submission is we must encourage early skill development among young persons from age 7 to 25. Research has shown that the best time for a child to learn a skill is in the early development age. These skills will, with time, become a part of him or her and proves on it as she grows or he grows. It has been found out and research has shown that early learners are usually exceptional and record breakers in their fields. I believe also that putting up skill training centers for free around the country and after training the trainees should have access to startup funds will also be very instrumental. Effectively and continuous training along the line is also very vital. I, for one, I keep learning every day. Every year I try to improve my skills. Follow-up units should be introduced in form of mentors to ensure that these funds that have been given out for startups are utilized, and the follow-up units can also be drawn from pioneers of the prior training youths or captains of industries who are specialized in their field. These ones should mentor the new ones. Also, seminars must be held in higher institutions and secondary schools to reorientate and educate our young people on the need to develop and learn a skill early. We must encourage these young ones that during holidays they should take up jobs in fast food, restaurants, business outlets to know the value of money and build up their skills, just as in the US. Nigerian youths must learn dignity of labor and not look down on any job, but see it as a stepping stone to greatness. Today, I can proudly say that the School to Skill initiative has trained and set up thousands of youths. Even during the post-amnesty project with the oil and gas industry and the federal government, we reorientated and trained and rehabilitated lots of women and youths. I go from different schools in communities, training young children on skills. Sometimes we set them up, sometimes we help them to sell their finished products in different vocations. I can proudly say that the School to Skill initiative has bettered Santa in a Box, an initiative that brings a feel of Christmas to the less privileged in orphanage homes. This initiative was originated in 2013. Today, we have the presidency in the person of the Office of the Special Advisor to the President on Diaspora and Foreign Affairs, Honorable Abike Dabiri, also supporting the School to Skill initiative. We also have the Christy Essen Ibokwe Memorial Foundation as our major partners. Christy Essen Ibokwe Memorial Foundation was established to keep the legacy of the music icon evergreen. Thank you so much as you listen and partake in our success story.
She's a woman,
bye.
Holding on so tight. She's a woman, so strong and courageous. There's a woman, dignity and pride.